Welcome to a Power Hour with Michael. So it's something we're going to be doing under the brand of High Level Unleashed. This is where we're going to be doing a lot more coaching, webinars on a weekly, bi-weekly basis, depending on the topics. We're going to have different coaches, different community members coming on board. So we're trying to build a cadence of providing weekly value to the community as a whole. It's something I was doing when I was at High Level on the daily coaching calls I was doing over there. We have a Facebook group if you're not aware about it. It's called AI Unleashed for Entrepreneurs. We're going to show you that one. For those who are focused on the AI space, so over here we're going to be dropping daily AI prompts related to ChatGPT, Claude, VO, and other different services out there. And you can just literally copy, paste it, and replicate it. We want to make it so you don't have to think. It's just copy this, modify it for your own needs, and you're good to go. This is the direction we want to go with this community. You're going to see different cool little tricks and prompts that you can just copy and use right away. I shared something a few weeks ago, just a simple prompt I was playing around with. I could just everyone just take it. It'll take you 15 seconds. Copy, paste it, do this, and you'll get your own results. If you caught the video that I shared yesterday, one of my video guys, he's part of our team on the AI Unleashed event. He put this together using AI, and I got a lot of DMs, honestly. I got a lot of DMs. Michael, how many DMs did you get? I just
A lot, yeah.
and from all different people randomly reaching out, people I know and people I don't know, they were reaching out to me saying, "How'd you do that?" And which AI, they asked me specifically, which AI tool did you use? What I have to tell them, it wasn't only one tool. This is what you need to realize. AI is not your magic solution. You just do one thing and you're done. AI is part of your strategy. It's not the strategy itself. So we're all looking at AI as being that magic solution. It's not. But if you incorporate it part of your solution set, part of your strategy, it can do a lot of wonders for you. So this is where, because of all the DMs that he got and I got, this morning, I asked my video guy, I'm like, can we do a webinar? Like, just show behind the scenes because we can't answer these questions. I need you to get on board. Just show them the tools, your setup, what did you do, and how you put it together. So we're going to do behind the scenes session next week as well. We'll announce that further as well. So follow along. You'll get the announcement. We'll do a webinar on behind the scenes. So we're going to showcase how to do it, just to demystify a lot of stuff. Because a lot of times AI, if you just didn't play with it, it just seems overwhelming. But once you get into it, uncover it for a little bit, you realize it's not as hard as it looks. And that's what we're trying to do. We also have a school group. Michael, you want to talk about that?
This is our new school group that we're launching actually this evening. There's some people that are here on the call that are members already. How to be a member, basically, if you use our affiliate link, you're no matter what level, you're a member of the group. We are doing a membership as well, and it's just one price. And this is probably not like a normal school group that you've seen in the past. We have a ton of assets. As Fur had mentioned, we are doing every other Wednesday, like we are tonight, will be a session, and it'll be Fur and I helping with the school group members directly. It'll be a smaller group, and we're going to be doing coaching calls Wednesday evenings for 2 hours. On the off days, which will be open to everybody, including if you're in the Facebook group, it doesn't matter. We're going to be doing seminars, so that'll be so they'll alternate seminar, speaker, coaching call, speaker, coaching call. That's going to be ongoing on Wednesday evenings. Steven is in the chat. He's our school group manager. He's running the show as far as the school group goes. We have a full-time school group manager. We have 2 video editors. We have a whole team that's working behind the scenes to help us build this out. We already know that it'll never be done because we have a lot to offer that'll be going in here. So basically, if you guys have seen school groups before, I'm sure, regular communication channels here. If you need to work with us, you can get in touch with us here. Steven has a link. He'll book a call with you. Can you hear me? Okay. So you can book a call with Steven. He'll help you in any way he possibly can. He's available throughout the day, normal business hours. In addition to that, we have general channels up here as well, recordings, which will be any of the coaching calls and all that will be recorded. And in addition to that, we have a pretty crazy classroom set up. We're building a lot. I'll give a lot of this credit to Steven. He's been working very hard at this. So we have this is just an intro course to the school group itself. And then these are all courses, like this one happens to be high level, all takes you through your entire high level. Same thing with advanced, it'll take you to the next stage in high level. Stephen put this course together. It's how to work with virtual assistants, where to get them, how to direct them, how to account for, have them be accountable, what they need to be successful and help you do your job. We have white label videos in here. There's 50 white label videos that you can come in and download. You can use those anywhere you like, all on high level. They're totally white labeled. And then we have a whole vault here with snapshots, loaded with snapshots, voice agent demo graphics. We're constantly updating voice agent prompts, and then pretty much on and on. As you can see, there's pages of this. The calendar, like I mentioned earlier, every other week, we're going to start filling some stuff in because I do take coaching calls throughout the week if needed, if somebody's in a jam and they need help. So does Fur. Like tonight, we're doing a training course. Next week is going to be Jason doing the video with AI, and then it'll be a coaching call for the school group members, and then another guest, and so on. We'll fill some other stuff in as well. We do have level up in a couple of weeks, so it'll be a slow week during that week. So that's basically the school group. If anyone hasn't seen this video, I'll let it play. It's probably one of the best speaker reveal videos I've ever seen. Probably one of the top videos that I've seen using AI. I'll let it play for a second. It's only 30 seconds, so I'll let it go if you haven't seen it while we're talking. Pretty much anything you could ever want in the school group. You should never have another purchase. It may not play because we got so much stuff going on with the internet. We'll put it back up when we're done. As far as we've got so much to offer here, it's really insane. I'll turn it back over to you, and let's stay on task because we're gonna do the training, which I think everybody here is looking for. So rather than typically when you join up with somebody, they're probably going to give you like, hey, here's 10 snapshots, here's some websites, here's some funnel templates. We did it totally different. So we have an e-commerce store that we're building out. The e-commerce store, this is not an exaggeration what I'm about to tell you. There's probably 500 snapshots. There's probably at least 1,500 funnels. There's probably at least 1,000 websites and on. That's just one small prompt. You name it, it's there. So rather than us saying, here's your little bundle and we give you what you want, what we think you want, if you're in the school community and you join up with us, you're getting basically like a virtual gift card, and you can go shopping and buy as needed or for free, but you're buying as needed, comes off your gift card. And then essentially you just pick the items that you potentially would need or enjoy. So that's how that's going to work. We'll show that off next week. There's just too much to show. We can't do it. We'd be here all night doing this, and I know everyone wants to see the demos. Hats off to the guys putting this on. We got like 15 guys behind the scenes working on all this, so it's been pretty intense project to say the least. All right, I'll turn it back over to you.
For anyone who hasn't heard about it, we're launching the AI Unleashed Intensive. It's going to take place in Cancun in 2026, so end of January. That's what we did the little speaker reveal video. That's all AI driven. We just, it's going to be really hands-on. It's not like any other AI event that you go to, or you go there, you feel good, it's very nice. You like, oh, that's motivational, that's really cool what you did. And then you go home a week later, oh, what did I learn? And you don't really put into action. This is gonna be hands-on. You're gonna come there, all the coaches. Initially, we're calling them teachers. Like, no, we're gonna call them coaches. They're gonna be hands-on coaching you in every session. So you want to learn how to do video AI, you're gonna follow along with us. Then you're gonna do your own, and you're gonna have your own assets as you leave. So for every single AI workshop topic, you're gonna be expected to, and we will work with you to make sure you have a tangible artifact or an asset to show off saying, I know video AI and I know how to do it. We give you the blueprint. Number two, I know how to do conversation AI, voice AI. We're going to teach people some vibe coding as well. I understand that may seem scary to some people. Oh my God, I don't need to do vibe coding. I don't know anything about it, but we're going to simplify it in the basic use case to show you why you want to do it. Because as a marketer, you want to throw a proof of concept, quick little demos. Basic vibe coding skills can take you so far, very basic, and then you can do more advanced. But again, we're here to coach people along the way. We're going to teach you how to build your own AI agents. So if you're in ChatGPT, those custom agents that you have, people talk about how they use other people's. You can build your own, build it for your own persona to help you every single day. So you have your own virtual assistant in your own agent builder itself. We're going to, and there's a lot more other things that we're going to be building out as well and teaching people hands-on. So the goal, our success criteria is every single workshop topic that you learn about, you have an example, a demo, and you walk away with it. So you have a tool in your toolkit. And it's something the coaches as well on the sales side will be teaching how to sell it because we're not looking for you to learn the tools and put in your toolkit and go, oh, that sounds great. That's not what we want. I want you to put in your toolkit and then learn how to sell it and make money with it. We're not here to learn it. We're here to learn how to make money with the tools we're learning. So, with all that said, that was a pitch. If you're interested in AI Unleash Intensive, we finished our early bird sales as of today, fortunately. But for anyone who is interested, as I changed the pricing already, but now we have this webinar. I'm telling you about the event. If anyone's interested, just DM me and I'll extend it just for today. But after that point, the price has already went up. You can go on the website for more information. I'll drop the link, or can you drop the link in the chat? Now we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of all the cool stuff Michael's been pushing out in the community. And every time he pushes something out, everyone's like, how'd you do it? Can you share it with me? It's always the same question. So, Michael, let's share it with everyone here. Show them how you make those cool demos. Show them how it
Okay.
works.
So
And
we'll do it live. I didn't even practice it, so we'll just stumble through it together. If we have some hiccups, this isn't pre-recorded. It's not rehearsed. I've done a zillion of them, but you know how it goes. If there's questions, Fur is going to monitor the chat first of all. So if you have questions, we'll definitely take those for sure. We're going to show you the tools. I did some templates as well that we'll give you guys at the end of the program, so at least you can walk away with some templates. One of the things that I will tell you when we start this is make sure that you make them yours, okay? So whatever that means, spend a couple of dollars and either get somebody on Fiverr or get a graphic designer and make yourself a nice template. I'll give you some to practice with. You can more than welcome to use them as well. In the community, we're going to be adding templates in the group. But I have a few here tonight to show you. So this is a demo account. I want to show you, first of all, a few things. We're going to be looking at the voice because I'm going to start here for a few reasons. Number one, everyone here might not be familiar, but also I'll give you some tips on using high levels voice as we go. This isn't a high level voice talk, but we're going to have to get the audio from the call. So we're going to have to make a simulated call because we're going to need that for the demo. And then I'll show you how to extract that, and as we go, I'll also give you a couple of tips as we go along. First thing is, if you're going to do these demos, you got to make sure that your calls are being recorded. That's one thing. I like to use them right at a high level, and I'll show you how to extract those. So when you're gonna go in and you're gonna buy a phone number, you're gonna make sure that you click on the right side where it says edit. These are all like throw down phone numbers. So you're going to go in here in the edit configuration, make sure that this call recording is toggled on if you know you're going to be doing these demos. So even if you don't want to leave it on all the time, what I would suggest, you're going to make the calls to make the demos, just toggle this on. Make sure this call recording message is turned off. You don't want to announce anything on the call. You just want it pure audio. Okay. And then that's all you have to do as far as that goes. Now, I have a voice agent in here. Just happens to be one that I'm dealing with for the contest or whatever, but we'll use that as an example. So I just threw this, I downloaded it from, first of all, if everyone knows in the marketplace right now, I would suggest going into the marketplace before people take them off of free status and put them back to paid status. It's a great opportunity to check out some voice agents and look behind the scenes under the hood and see how people are building them. You get a lot of intel with that. So both conversational AI agents as well as voice agents are available for free because one of the requirements that it's in the contest, they had to be free. I posted 250 agents in there. They're great starter agents for everybody here. There's 250 niches. You're more than welcome. I'm not going to change them to paid, so they'll be there pretty much forever. You guys are more than welcome to take those. If you're in an agency or for yourself, grab one of those, you can modify it. As we go, I'll just point out a few different things. Number one, this is an agent initial message. A lot of people overlook this. This thing is critical. This is really going to make or break your AI experience if you're doing any AI calling, no matter what the platform is. We always want to end up in a question mark at the end, so it has to be an open-ended question, or you'll have a stalemate. So the person on their line doesn't know, is it their turn to talk? Is it the agent's turn to talk? Like, what's going on here? You'll have a big stumble if you don't do that. The other thing on a normal agent, this one's a little different, excuse me, but basically if you're going to do home services, for example, you always want to steer the person down a path at this point. So you'll take a call that could be 6 minutes and turn it into the average call length for me is about a minute and a half, even with booking an appointment. And how do we do that? It's all done in this initial message. It's not just to say, "Hey, how you doing? I'm an AI assistant, and how can I help you today?" That's really not good because you don't know what the person on the other end of the line is going to say. So I would always say, if I'm doing home services, I give them three choices. Are you calling for a billing issue, a service related issue, or something else? You can just leave it at that. And then you build the prompt around those three branches. So you're going to say, "Hey, listen, are you calling for billing, or you're calling for a fence repair? Are you calling for a new roof or something different?" Whatever. You get the point. You're going to steer them down these paths. And then you have the prompt that backs that up. Okay. Why do we do that? Because these people will call and they'll ask out of left field questions, and then it turns into a whole circle around, and finally they get to book an appointment. If you can just say right off the get go, give them three choices and move on. All right, enough of that. There's one thing I do want to mention. If you guys are using the upgraded AI, which is going to have this green button on the upper right, if you have old AI, if you've been around a while and it's not upgraded, make sure you always have that green up there. And one thing is, on these advanced settings, we have these call features here now. So one of the things that you have to check is this agent behavior one, because a lot of times out of the gate, they're leaving this toggled on to fast. And this isn't how fast the agent talks. This is how fast the agent talks next, basically. So if you have your AI that's like jumping over the top of you or talking over you, it's probably set to fast. We used to have to do that on the old system, but now on this new upgraded system, it should be set to normal and very rarely moderate. So normal is really normal now. Okay. All these voice settings, these have to be done per voice. You can't do those. You can't just set them and leave them for every single voice that's out there. I'm still digging into this. I know Dan's on the call. He's been digging into this. I want to dig into this a little more. The slider is just a slider. We don't know really what's going on behind the scenes. I still have to dig into this. We've just been so busy. I was going to start doing some analysis and maybe making some changes with the development team. All right, so let's go ahead and continue on. So basically the prompt area is here, and then you can expand it here. You guys know how to do that. And then I have all my actions. These are important real quick. These are during the call actions and after the call actions. We try to make everything after the call. Only the mission critical stuff should be during the call. And the reason for that is every time you do during the call action, there may be a little latency there. So anything you want to show up on a Google Calendar is during the call. Anything that you want to happen on the call, obviously, is during the call. But you don't need to say, "Hey, like during the call and do me a summary." You don't need that. That'll be after the call. All right, so let's get down to business here. We're going to do a sample call. And then basically, I'm going to take the audio, and from there, I'm gonna bring it into some software, and we're gonna build this demo out. Okay. So I'm gonna do a web call here. Actually, I'm gonna do it on my cell phone because I just don't want to have any feedback. So give me 1 second. I'll dial it. I'll make sure you guys can hear it. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. I'll turn down my mic, turn down my speaker. Oh, wait a second. Did I dial that? Let me do it here. Make sure I dial that.
You need to quickly assess your pet's condition. What is your first name? What type of pet do you have? And what's happening right now?
My name's Mike. I have a 120-pound yellow lab, and it got hit by a car.
Mike, I'm so sorry to hear about your dog. Let's act quickly. Is your dog conscious and responding to you? Is he breathing? And what color are his gums? Pink, pale, white, blue, or gray?
They're gray.
Mike, this is a life-threatening emergency. Your dog needs CPR immediately. Please put your phone on speaker so your hands are free and place your dog on a firm, flat surface. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll guide you step by step.
Okay, it looks like he's breathing now, though. I just saw him breathe. I don't know what was going on, but I moved his head and he seems to be breathing.
All right, Mike, that's a good sign. Since he's breathing now, we won't start CPR, but we still need to act fast. Keep him on his side and as still as possible to avoid further injury. Can you tell me if he's bleeding anywhere or showing any other visible injuries? And where are you located so I can find the nearest emergency vet for you?
I'm at 870 North Federal Highway, West Palm Beach, Florida, 33412.
Got it, Mike. Let me find the nearest emergency vet for you. Hang tight for just a moment. The closest emergency vet to you is Fetch Veterinary Specialty and Emergency Center at 4019 Okeechobee Boulevard, West Palm Beach, Florida, 33409. Their phone number is 561 790 2226, and it's about a 15-minute drive from your location. Get there as quickly and safely as you can. Keep your dog calm and monitor his breathing during the drive. Do you need any further guidance before heading out?
No, that's it. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm going to hang up. All right. So basically, what we're doing there, the call doesn't really matter for what we're doing. I'm just trying to get some audio so you guys can see how to capture the audio. So let's just say I'm running on a Zoom call right now, so there was a little latency there, but you're going to make that call. You can do it on your cell phone, get in a quiet place, and you can make a few calls until A, you sound great, and the agent does whatever has to happen. And so you'll make a few calls, you'll select the one you like. And then at that point, you're going to go here. Let me just move this window so I can see what I got going. All right, so you're going to go here. You're going to go into the contacts, okay? So this was my latest call, which is right here. So you're going to open up that conversation. Oh man, I hope. Okay. It's a little sluggish, my internet today. So there's the transcript right there. The other thing I can do is I can see pretty much all of the everything that went on.
Or do you have an
Let me,
existing recording that we could just leverage?
I have another one. I can just do that. I have other recordings, so don't worry. I'll show you on the next step. So you're gonna extract the recording. It's just gonna be an MP3. That's fine, and then you're gonna save that to your desktop. Okay. So now we're done in high level. So let's get rid of that. The next thing is I built you guys a few Canva templates. I'm gonna share these templates with you. You can use them and modify them as needed. There's nothing locked on them. You can change any of this text. You can add your own logos. You can do whatever you like. So at this point, you just want to make this look as nice as possible. So that is not an issue at all. So the next thing that we'd want to do is when you're building these templates is make sure that you have room on the bottom because everyone loves that when we put the little sound waves on the bottom. So that's what we're trying to do here. So you can make this look like a cell phone. Just always leave some real estate towards the bottom. You may want to put it another place, but I just prefer it there. I'll show you how to do that. Then what's going to happen is you're going to go ahead and you are going to download this, which is going to happen right here. You're going to download it as just a regular JPEG and you save it to your desktop or whatever. So now the template portion is done. You can just keep building these and building these however you like, brand it to your colors, however you'd like. Okay. So then that's done. Now let's get into the nitty gritty here. So actually, let me go back. That's fine. I'll show you here. So what I'm using here is Descript. Descript is pretty really good software. It's around, I want to say it's around $30 a month roughly. And what it does is you can enter a YouTube URL, it'll transcribe it. You can go ahead and bring in your own visuals, like which I'm going to show you, and you can go ahead and make anything you like. I can record live and I can do my editing. They've really put a lot of effort into this software over the last few months, and you'll see some of that in a second. So I'm going to show you, here's one that I recently did. I'll just open this and you can see exactly how we do it. You'll get a really nice visual and see exactly, and I'll back it out. So we'll use this audio. So, excuse me. So what we have, it's loading. So this visual right here is my graphic. So what you do is you take your graphic from your desktop, the one that I just told you, and you just drop it on here, okay? And then you'll have your actual visual. Okay, now a couple of things. These are the sound waves. I'm going to delete them out. The other thing you're going to do is you're going to take your audio clip and you're going to drag your audio clip right here. And all of a sudden, it's going to take about 10 minutes. I'm not going to waste our time to do it. It's going to transcribe your audio. Okay. So you're going to see the audio on the bottom. You're going to have your clip on the top. All right. So you see how I have some of these uhs and just different stuff when I was talking when I recorded this? There's a couple of things you can do. This is very powerful. This has AI editing built into it. So I can come down to this bottom right and I can say remove filler words, which would be ums or whatever. So I can just say remove those. There's also, if you're recording yourself, there's AI tools involved here too. This is a really great software if you're doing YouTube videos and you want to edit yourself. So you can go to these AI tools and I could say, listen, I'm not looking at the camera. So as I'm recording, I'm looking at my computer screen or I'm looking at you guys. So I'm not really looking at the camera. You can hit eye contact and it's going to redo your face and make you look at the camera by itself. It's pretty good. But there's certain things that I do almost on every one of these recordings. Number one, I remove filler words, which would get some of these out because a lot of times you're like, so I can remove those. So we could try that right now. Let's do that. I'll hit that and let's do the filler words. See, it already highlighted 14 filler words here and it's right here and they're going to be in yellow. These are the filler words. So what you do is then all you do is hit remove all, and now it'll readjust the video, but it also retools up the audio. So in 1 second, you just did a lot of editing that you used to have to do by hand or manually. Okay, so that's done. So we just got rid of all the uhs and ums. The next thing you would do is I always do it on every single video is it's called remove shorten word gaps, which is right here. So if there's a long pause I'm thinking about what to say and there's a 3-minute pause, it's really not that great for your video or it's not great for your demo. So even YouTube videos as well. So you can hit shorten word gaps. So this will give you a setting. This one happens to be 5 seconds by default. I always put it to 3 seconds. So I would always put it to 3. This one has 0 word gaps. In other words, there's no pauses longer than 3 seconds here. If I back this down just for the purposes of today, and I said, okay, 1 second, there's 2 that are longer than 1 second, okay? I'm not going to adjust those, but you just hit that and it would shorten those gaps automatically. The other thing that's very powerful here is say you do a YouTube video and you're using this product and I said skate, but I meant to say something else. You can go ahead and highlight this word skate and you can correct it on the screen just like you're doing Word. It'll take your voice and re-record it by itself and change the word of what you said to the correct word and it blends it in. And you'd never be able to tell.
That's crazy.
Okay. Pretty crazy. And here's all your audio tracked. Here's your video track. You can actually tell, they call this Underlord, which is the AI piece. You can even say to change scenes from your screen share. You can do add B-roll by itself. There's a lot it can do. But that's not really the purpose of tonight. I just wanted to give you a little heads up as we went through this. So the next thing we're going to do is this is up to you. If your audio happens to be really poor quality or you don't have the greatest microphone and you really want to make it sound great for a client, it's up to you. You can use this AI tool. It's called Studio Sound. So you can just click this and it'll handle your audio and make it sound like you're in a studio and have a better mic than you have. That's optional, but it's there. So the next thing is we have all of this done and everything is great on my script. But I want to show you something. So say I just don't like the way this second paragraph is. The demo is really long. This is just like editing a Word document. So you're just going to highlight it and I'm going to hit delete. And now the video is all resynced and the audio is gone. Okay. So I'll leave it like that. So the next thing is everyone wants these sound bars. This software, because everyone asks me, they're like, how do you do these sound bars? Because it flows to the audio. That's the reason we bring the audio in here and we have this visual because we want the audio to trigger that. If I brought it into Canva, I can make a sound wave, but it's not going to be anything like what's going on with the audio. It's not going to sync. So we do it in here and you go here to elements. So you see elements and then you go down to waveforms. They're giving you a bunch of different choices here. The one that I prefer is the one that says lines. So you're just going to take that and click it and then it brings the lines over. And I just know from doing this a lot, you have to bring this edge of this blue outline down a little ways. So I always bring it like that, and then I stretch this out to hit the other boundary. Okay. The other thing I know is that this line right now, if I just let it rip like this, it's going to be very hard to see. It's a very thin, like a pin line when these lines are going. So you just change this to, I do it like 9 points is fine. All right, so let me get rid of that one. I did it twice. So yeah, so we're gonna go 9, and that's it. So if you see how it got a little bit thicker, okay? So let's do a little test here. So I can, just like using Word, so I can bring my cursor right here. That's where the audio is gonna start. If I put my cursor here, that's where the audio is gonna start. If I put my cursor down here and I want to hear it here, it's gonna start there. So let's start here, and I'm gonna hit play, and you're gonna see what this looks like on the screen. So, how you doing? I'm in Savannah. My wife and I was wondering what's the best place to park. We were going to do a beach day and come by over that way, and we just needed to know where to park. So I don't like that. It's a little flat, right? I like it a little more dramatic. So all you're gonna have to do is come over and click on this and just bring it up like this and reposition. And then look, I'm gonna do another test and just let it keep going, and then I can test it again. So a little bit better. Okay, so you can adjust how high you want it. It's just really going to depend on your graphic, though. I can make this really big if you like, but it may come off the screen.
Wave riders surf and skate is actually not too bad, but it can get a little.
It's going into the graphic a little. It's up to you. That's a personal choice. That's basically it on this. Now, the next thing that we have to do is we have to export it. It's very simple. You have two different options here. If you go to the export button on the upper right, you're going to see that it's going to default to a web link. So it would go to their server, and then you'd have a link that you could either put on a website, send it to somebody via email, or any way else that you'd like to get a link to them. That's one way. If you want to export this to your computer, you just click down and it'll be local export. You can also go right to YouTube and some of these other channels as well. You can go right to a Google Drive if you like. But I normally will do, most of the time, 99% of the ones that I do, I go right to local export. Everything else is defaulted, and you can go ahead and hit export, and it's going to bring it right to your desktop as a file, and it's going to have this built in, the audio built in, and the visual built in, and you could share it as a regular movie, post it to Facebook, whatever you like, put it on your website, however you'd really like to show it off. I'll show you an example of that in a second. The other thing that you can do here is, instead of doing this, maybe you want captions. You know how they're doing that on YouTube. Maybe you want just captions. You can do automated captions as well here. So there's plenty of things you can do. Really, the sky's the limit. Any questions on any of that?
Dar has
Oh, Dar has something. Go ahead, Dar.
Yeah, Dar.
Hey, fellas. Yeah, this is great, Mike. I do mine the exact same way. Love that you're showing this to people. Just a quick tip. If people use captions, so I drag the waveform down like all the way, so only half of it is showing. So it leaves room for captions. And then when I do captions, when it's like repeating back, like if you're getting a phone number or an email from someone, the AI is, okay, and your email is I'll do a space between every digit or every letter when it's repeating back, so it doesn't like all run together. It's okay, your
Yeah,
email
put a
is
pause in there, a little pause as well.
right, D space A space R space. Okay, so your email is D A R, but right, it just visually connects better and doesn't look like it's all just saying it really quick. Anyway, that was that.
Cool.
So
Yeah,
you would go right
I'm
to
not,
the
not usually a big captions guy. I do it like on YouTube, but I never really do it on these. But that's everyone has a preference. So however they like to do it, that's the beauty of this. You do it
Yeah,
however you like.
yeah.
But so that's basically how to do this exactly. And then let me show you one other thing.
Hey, Michael, before you switch over, can you just go back to Descript for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so we already went to it already all set up, but how would you actually set it up blank for the first time? Like, where do you go?
Okay,
Like when I
let me show
log
you.
into Descript, what am I creating to create that canvas?
Okay, so let's do this. So I have the audio, right? Let's get rid of this. The audio, as you can see, is still down there. You see that track? So let's
No,
go
so
to
let's
this
go back.
voice.
let's go back one
So
step. So I log into Descript for the first time.
yeah, so you're gonna have a blank canvas. So let's go to Canva. Let's do this together. I'm gonna go ahead and I don't usually use Canva. I usually use Photoshop. The only reason I built this is because I think it would be easier for everybody here for the first time. So I've
Yeah.
just been using Photoshop for forever and ever. But so you're gonna hit download, and now I'm gonna get this image, let it download, and then we'll go from there. Give it 1 second. All right, so it's downloading. Let me open that. All right. All right. So let's go back to Descript. So I have a blank canvas.
Yeah, right here. This is what I mean. I log in Descript for the first time. Is this what I'm going to see right away, or do I click a new button to create a
It
video?
would just
What?
be new project, and this would be a new project, and you'd get that. And
Okay,
then you're
got
going
it.
to go ahead and open, you're going to see, and then you're going to drag the file right here, just like that. And then you could say, listen, because if I left this the way it is right now, I'd have black here. Because this is set up for a square ad. This graphic may not be exactly square. So I would just take this and I can adjust it however you want
Yeah.
and make it perfect. It doesn't really matter. I can just do that if I like. And then in Canva, you can adjust anything. You can make this lady smaller. That's up to you. So then at that point, I'm just going to go into the lines and then I can add them here, just like this. I can go to 9 point and I should be pretty much good to go.
Right in the bay. There's a public lot just down the street, like maybe a 2 minute.
So this is 2 minutes of work.
It's really not that bad. Honestly, it's just here's how I would equate it. It's just like buying a barbecue grill at Home Depot. The first time you get it and you bring it home, it takes you like all day to put the thing together. So that's about how it was for me. I never used Descript before. I was all over the place. I didn't know what I was doing. Then the second time you get that barbecue grill, you can build it in 4 hours. No problem. Same here. Now I can do this in literally just a few minutes because I have the steps. It's like muscle memory. I know exactly what to do. But it's just like any other tool. There's a lot here to help you that this tool can do. I mean, at first I just was using it just to do this, but now I use it to do videos all the time. It's so easy to do videos.
Awesome. Okay. I
Okay.
guess we'll open it up. Anyone
So
has questions now? Like that's it, you just it's so simple. Watching it, this is pretty straightforward.
it's really simple. And then listen, I'm going to show you something real quick. This happens to be my site. I'm going to show you real quick how you can display various voice agents. So if you come here, just the internet, let's go. You can build these out and you can play them like they can play. You can put your different demos, and these were made in Descript.
Yeah, it looks slick.
Hi, I'm Jessica with CRM Pros.
And McDonald's. You could
Yeah, go ahead,
so
Dar.
Hey,
and then
Mike,
these are
thanks for
outbounds. These are outbounds down here. That's just how you can do it. You can build these out. You can have a nice little catalog. Somebody wants to listen, and then that's a way to display them as well.
Dar has a question.
Oh,
on
Dara,
the
go ahead. I'm sorry.
the voice quality. I never considered just downloading the MP3 file from High Level. I was using a Google Voice account and calling from Google Voice
Yeah.
with my computer screen open, sharing screen through Riverside, sharing audio to get all that. Just curious to know, and I get really good voice quality like that, but what you've shown is just much faster. Voice quality always great
I
on
mean, it's
point.
pretty good. I've been through the gamut, so I've downloaded
Yeah.
like apps like on the iPhone to do that. But
Hmm.
also, the other thing is the last thing I really want to do if I'm selling this to a client is to show them like a doctored up voice, and then when you deliver theirs, it's really not at the same. That's why I said you can use studio sound if you like, but that I don't
Yeah.
always do that because it depends what I'm doing. If it's going to be like just a quick demo like at a trade show, but if it's to a client, I would think twice about that. I want it to sound exactly how it's going to sound when I deliver it. So if that's
Sure.
me talking on the cell phone, I'm good with that. But I don't want to take it through my mixer and all this stuff and jazz it up because they're
Yeah.
going to be let down when you deliver it and it's
Yeah, no, I agree with you for that. I'm not doing any jazzing up, just from a clarity standpoint.
yeah, I've been just doing it. I would on how I normally do it. I go in a
Hmm.
like a quiet area and I make sure I got great signal and I just do it. And if I mess up on the call, I'll do it again. And if I mess up on the call, a lot of times it's me. I don't want to sound crappy on the call, so I'll be like, oh, try to get rid of it and make it smooth. And the other thing is, you don't want to make these voice demos so prolonged that when you deliver them, that it could be an abbreviated call, is what I'm saying. Keep it down
Yeah.
like to 45 seconds to a minute, but don't go on for 3 minutes because the end user is going to get bored of that. It's filming a movie. You know how that goes.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, this is actually enlightening for me. We did this demo what like 4 months ago, 5 months ago,
Maybe
and
longer than that, but yeah, it's
this is a
cool.
great refresher as well for me because I every once in a while I'm like, oh, I should create a little demo video. And then I'm like, ah, it's too much effort. But now this you just showed how simple it is, honestly. This is like really less than 5 minutes of work. If we can, everyone can just wrap in their minds, like, this is 5 minutes work. Just get the Canva. That's it. You already have it. Download it.
Let me share that too. Did you share
Grab the
that?
video itself. No, we didn't share it yet.
Okay, I'll share it. But
Then you
yeah,
just
and then
audio
like I
file.
said, if you tell somebody on Fiverr you could show them a picture and say I need something to look like this. If they charge you 20 bucks would be pretty average, I would think, to get a nice background. And you could brand it to your brand, however, whatever you want. I use a Photoshop file and I have all my demos on one file. People have asked for it, but it has a lot of client stuff on it. Basically, I have all the logos are in there, all the backgrounds are in there, all the colors, everything's on there. I did it on Canva because I felt that it would be a great starting point for a lot of people to get it just right. You can change the background. You guys can do whatever you like. Yeah, you could probably have GPT do it. That's definitely a possibility. I've just never done that. What I would do honestly, Irvin, is I would have GPT maybe just do the background, don't do any text whatsoever because it's not the greatest in text. And then from there, go ahead and just layer the text in Canva. The other thing is there's plenty of images online for people talking on the phone or call centers or however you want to be. If you're going to do a medical, maybe you have a nurse talking or something like that. Or if you're doing home service, maybe you have something related to that. If you're trying to say, hey, I'm a secretary, have a secretary. Everything is different. Just use your judgment for that.
That's honestly the hardest part. The hardest part is deciding what is your branding style. What would you like? What colors would you like? As a starting point, get a designer, just quickly mock one up, or in Canva, find something that matches what you like. That is the most time-consuming part because that's your subjective portion. Everything else, once you have that down, everything else is very rapid pace.
Yeah, and the other thing is it's your personality. So I like to make them look like the ones that I do always look the same. But you can do everything. You can do it mild to wild, really. You can do whatever you like. So
So that kind of wraps up the demo portion
Dan's
of.
got a question.
Yeah, before we get to the question, just everyone who is on right now, was this helpful for you? If yes, drop a one, just so we know that everyone's still engaged here. And okay. Awesome. This is the point of it. What we try doing is we've been in the mix, in the weeds of it. We try to simplify things as much as possible. People overcomplicate things. So we're trying to simplify things. And this demo again, initially, when we did this 5, 6 months ago to the community as a whole, I did it. I reached out when I was working for High Level. I reached out to Michael. Hey, honestly, at this point, people think I should know how to make this. I don't know how to make it. Can you do a demo with me? So you can teach me and we can teach everyone at the same time. So he jumped on and we created this little video. We did it. It was actually one of the highest viewed videos in my channel at that point. Yeah.
People
Awesome.
just love it. It's a really good way to demo your product, and you can do it. You can do a lot of different things with it. Honestly, you can put it on your website. You can email it to clients. You could, if you're doing emails, you can embed it in an email so they get it and they open their email and click on it. There's just so many things you can do. You can do it in a trade show. One of the things I don't like to do at a trade show is live calls because you're subject to a lot of problems with you're at a trade show and you're live and you got probably the worst service known to man and just not the best scenario. At least if you're doing calls like this and you're at big meetings and stuff, you already know the outcome. So that's the good part. That's just my feeling, but
Yeah, I agree. And even when you put a phone number on a website, as an example, a lot of times people are not going to bother calling the number. But I wouldn't mind clicking that little demo, watch the demo video.
Yeah. The other thing, while we got you here, I've been working on this. I think you guys, a lot of you have seen this. Oh, Dan, you have a question before we do that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, a quick question. If you might have seen more of a preview, but when the orb is live, okay, will the audio wave be visible when the voice AI is talking on the orb?
I've only used the chat widget on that a few times, and I believe
Yeah.
they've been working on it since then. I know I had a call this morning. They're going to definitely have it live before level up or at level up. So that's going to be coming. Time will
The reason
tell.
I was
But yeah,
asking, one of the things I do is I will make web calls and I'll use my microphone for my computer. But when I do the call, I'll turn my phone on and record it, and I use an old cell phone to pretend like I'm talking. And then I
oh, that's
just drop
cool.
like a
Yeah.
little visual from Canva, like an AI agent, and that's how I demo some of these, and I'll put them on TikTok or Instagram. But the audio wave of the agent talking would be cool. I was just
Yeah.
curious.
So I have another site where I have a bunch of AI agents, and basically I just have a static image with a slider that just does audio, which is a lot. It's decent too. But I don't know if some people on the call maybe have not seen this. I'll just show it. But this is using the new widget. So instead of having it on the bottom, I coded it onto the button of the cell phone. So you can make a web call. This is using high level, nothing else. This is all high level. So you can make a web call here like this.
Pet Safe Emergency AI. I need to quickly assess your pet's condition. What is your first name? What?
So you can make web calls there. But then I said you could do a really nice landing page, but you can even do a lead magnet. You could do a lot with this. But also, I just did different call to actions with just the button as well. So as they scroll down, you can do that. You can put another call to action. It's all going to the same spot. So there's plenty to do. This is using High Level's new widget that's coming out. So it took a little custom code. I'm going to be releasing this pretty soon, as soon as that comes out. People have been asking for it, but it's not going to do you any good because you don't have the widget software to back it up yet. So when it's released, then that's fine. I was doing this on another demo. I'll show it to you. I was using another provider because High Level wasn't able to do it. So I was using this one on a different site, and you can call and talk to this one. The beauty of this is like somebody can interact with your website and you can get their name, address, phone number, what they're calling about, get all the data. And then there's no A2P required because there's nothing, they're not calling it. There's nobody getting called. They're actually engaging with it. So there's no A2P for this. And then, like I was mentioning earlier, see these sliders? Like these are different demos.
This is Tatum. Are you? Hello. Thank you for calling Cool Breeze HVAC Solutions. My name is Tatum.
And Michael, just let you know, we don't hear the sound. It's not coming through the Zoom share.
Oh, yeah.
We're hearing the background sound, not the actual share sound.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, these are just static images here, and then I just have audio files. So that's just another way to do it if you like to keep it like that and have a bunch of these demos. So that's pretty much where we're at with demos, though. Let me give you guys the Canva link. There's that. And then lastly, I will give you, if you are interested, no obligation, obviously, but if you guys want to, that's our YouTube channel. That's mine and Fur's YouTube channels. So right there, Fur's and mine. Okay. And who's that guy?
I have no videos on my channel. I got my video setup done today, so I will be publishing videos very soon. Just to let you know, you're gonna come there and see two videos. Like what? It's coming. It's coming.
Oh, Dar, you want that voice agent that does the revenue calculator?
Yeah, I do a lot of work with Pat. I should say Pat does most of the technical work. I do more of the let's get it done. But he did a revenue calculator and it was great. Like the algebra and everything, all the work worked, but it was confusing to people. I saw a video of you doing yours and I was like, yeah, that one makes more
I'll
sense
do
to,
that. A lot of people have been asking for that. So with that thing, if ever anyone hasn't heard that, it's a voice agent that
yeah,
basically it's in my opinion, I love it.
it's
It
great.
just goes through a few questions, maybe five, and then it tells you how many calls you miss and how much that's costing you and how you advertise and stuff like that. So that's that. I will do this for you guys. I will post it in the Facebook group probably tomorrow when you get up, it'll be in the Facebook group. I can also post this. I've been giving this away. This is a ROI calculator if you want to use it on your website. So this will do any industry, and then you enter the call volume and do a few things. It tells you how much, they're missing. So I coded that. I don't mind sharing that as well. So I can do that if you guys want that. Just let me know, and I'll post that tomorrow in the Facebook group. I would definitely suggest getting in the Facebook group. I'm not just trying to get you there. I'm just telling you that it makes it easier than me getting DM'd by 1,000 people. It just makes it more centralized and it's better.
So which
What's the
Facebook
Facebook
group?
group? Let me
High level
find
group or our group?
the Facebook, the AI intensive group. I'll post it in there.
Yeah, okay. Awesome.
I'll post those in there. She's asking, what is that one? Where is it?
Yeah, right there.
Mm,
I'm assuming it's the right
yeah,
link because
there it is. There it is. Okay, so here's the Facebook group. Giving away a Yeti cooler too over there. All right, so that's the Facebook group. Check it out. And Sarah has a question for. I'm gonna stop my screen share,
yeah.
unless somebody needs it. I can always turn it back on, but I'd rather see you
Hi,
guys than
Sarah.
see my screen.
Thanks, Michael and Fur.
You're welcome.
I have a question for you guys. I've created an avatar and did a video of it to advertise for my MidSpa AI agents. Do you recommend a video like that or the way you have it with like imagery and sound wave for
I like the
marketing?
imagery and sound wave. That's just me. I just like it. I just people are attracted to that for some reason. They just like it. I've had so much feedback on it. Like people just freak out about it.
People like things visual at all times. When it One of the conversations we always have between voice AI and conversation AI, why is everyone attracted to voice AI? It's very visual, it's engaging. Conversation is just text, it's not as exciting. In this case here, we turn the voice AI, put some animations in there, show it. It's a lot more engaging for people. And if you when you what do you do when you're on a website? If I go to a website, see a little video, watch a little demo, I'll click on it and I'll watch it because it captivates you, pulls you in. And if when the website say call this number for a demo, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to call a number for a demo, but I will press play on a button to watch it because that's how I'm wired. I don't want to call some random number.
Actually, it's actually a video of a character. It's not a chat video. I don't know if it makes sense
So
to
like an
like
avatar? Is that what you're doing?
yeah, I created an avatar, turned it to a video, and then she talks. I don't know if you guys are okay. I can quickly share it and
Yeah,
see.
that's fine.
That's fine.
Give me a
Yeah,
second.
I've done a couple of those in Syntasia and I've done them in HeyGen, both. They're pretty good. And now HeyGen just came out with both of them, I think now have the same feature. You can actually have two people talking. So you can actually see you talking and the agent talking at the same time.
Okay, yeah. We did the conversation with the agent, like the interactive one, but not two people. But I'll show you what I'm talking about. Like for the
Yeah, for
marketing,
sure. Go ahead.
I created this video, and let me share the audio so you can hear it. Mm,
Charles, thank you for the QR code. Appreciate it.
Charles
bear
is
with me.
always
I'm trying to share the audio. My laptop is acting weird.
we see the visual now.
There we go.
To enable the
Of
sound now.
dollars slipping away. Hi, I'm Sissy. I answer phone calls for beauty businesses when they're busy taking care of clients. I know all the services and treatments, and I can even book appointments for you. Did you know most beauty businesses miss up to 40% of phone calls just because they're too busy providing services? That's thousands of dollars slipping away every month. But here's the good part. I can answer 10 calls at the same time.
So I have this video, and then they can actually like, I'm using Assistable for right now. They can actually have an actual call by clicking on the orb and have the conversation. But as far as like marketing, I'm trying to see if I should use her video or maybe an image with the waves that you guys have.
Personal choice. I think honestly, how I feel about it is, and I think I did a class for high level recently, and I would suggest if anyone here wants to sell voice agents to really take a peek at that. It's on the high level YouTube. I would definitely look at it. because if you're just leading in to sell voice agents, it's going to be a tough sell in my experience. Other people might have had a different approach and have done it well, but to me, to capture a client's telephone right off the get-go and they don't really know you, that was a very difficult sell. They don't want to give it up because a lot of these are small businesses and they're old school as it is. They're not using a calendar like we think they're using a calendar, and they're set in their ways and they don't like AI to start. I would suggest going in with a different type of offer and bundling a bundle of product, and that's what I talk about. And it seems to be a lot better to get in there to do that because you can increase their revenue really quick if you use a few of the high level products. And that's just my opinion. And and it's great. And I'm gonna tell you if we got a few minutes, if you guys want to hear about it. But the other thing is too, don't be afraid to charge. If you're doing a bundle, I don't do it a la carte. I just sell it as a bundle, like four products: database reactivation, reputation management, voice, and conversational AI, all as a bundle. I try not to do that a la carte. It's a bundle. So if they say, I don't really need, because they're going to try to do that. They're going to be like, I don't really need a database reactivation. How much is it? Same price. I don't really need the, okay, it's the same price. We won't have to do it, but it's still the same price. The other thing is, from doing this for a bunch of time, a lot of times is basically the set. Don't be afraid to charge the setup. That's where the people in their head, they already know that this is semi-custom or custom to their business. They think, and I call it semi-custom. They feel it's custom. We have to build this all of this to their business. So don't be afraid to charge for the setup. Where their hang up is always is if you're trying to hit them pretty hard on the monthly reoccurring. I've been on calls recently where people are try to charge $2,500 a month or reoccurring, and you're going to be, I think you're going to get replaced pretty quick. I think you have to keep the monthly reoccurring reasonable because in their head, again, psychologically, they're thinking to themselves, the work's already done, and now you're just milking me. It's kind of like hosting a website in their head, and you're charging them $1,000, and you're really not doing much. I tell them, here's how I approach it is I say, listen, we're not just high levels changing, AI is changing every day, every week. If you're running ads, algorithms are changing. Everything's changing. If I sold this to you and I didn't, you don't have me on retainer, you're going to pay me every few months. It's going to be a lot more. And if you don't want to do that, you're going to have a car with the wheels falling off of it pretty quickly. So that's how you have to position it. But you have to keep that monthly reoccurring at a reasonable amount. Now, what is reasonable? The other thing is I'm in the process of taking all pricing down off my website and everything because the difference that I would charge somebody that I'm doing, it's a law firm that's huge, or compared to somebody that's cleaning swimming pools or somebody that's doing landscaping and it's a small mom and pop, are totally different pricing. A roofer is making 40,000 on a roof compared to a guy that's doing a single guy doing pest control. The pricing's not even in the same ballpark. So don't even do that. Again, I don't tell them, I really don't even talk technology with them. I just tell them, hey, listen, I'm going to answer your calls 365 days a week, 365 days a year, 24/7. I'm going to answer them. I'm going to bring up your reviews. I'm going to reactivate your old clients, and you're going to make more money. That's the end of it. That's my tech talk to the client. And I hate to be long-winded, but that's the key. Don't be like, oh, I'm using high level and this AI and listen to this thing, how great it is. And a lot of them don't care about that. They just want it to be answered and be effective. They're not. And the other thing is, yeah, I don't even really entertain this. Oh, this sounds robotic. It may sound robotic to you. Some of them may sound robotic to me. At the end of the day, what's better? A little robotic and it answers 24/7? Or do you want to just answer? Yeah, I just had a client that ran a report. Maybe he's on this call and he was surprised. He thought he was answering like close to 100% of his calls. He pulled a report for monthly and he was answering 43% of his calls. So about 60% of his calls were missed calls. And he has a full-time staff answering them. So what about after hours and weekends and holidays? That doesn't even include that. So something to think about. Patrick, question?
Yeah, Michael, thank you so much for everything you're giving us. It's
Yeah, no worries.
fantastic. Just curious, do you promote the conversation AI in a similar manner to what you're doing with voice AI?
Yeah, I bundle it. So conversational AI, why? Because voice is sexy. It's really cool. It's obviously great. But if you look at the numbers, conversational AI it's gonna convert a lot higher rate. So That's really going to be the workhorse of this whole situation. And why is that? Because number one, if you send somebody an SMS, either an iMessage or a regular standard SMS, if they get it at 11 in the morning and maybe they didn't get around to it, but now they're watching TV with their wife later in the day, that SMS is still on their phone and they will typically respond to the SMSs a lot better. So don't discount. I know it doesn't sound like much and it's just a text message and everyone likes to just throw it to the curb. But honestly, if you look at the numbers and look at the statistics, SMS is going to convert more clients than anything. So if you're going to do a database reactivation, you're going to couple that with emails. So you're going to hit it multiple ways, email and also SMS, and you're going to have a successful outcome. I can almost guarantee you that.
Yeah. So do you actually do any of the visual stuff for conversation AI like you're doing with voice AI?
No, there's a couple of systems out there that'll do that. I typically don't. Most people know. And the biggest thing when I'm explaining it to clients is they think SMS, when I talk about conversational AI, they automatically gravitate towards chatbot on a website. That's all they think about. But I could tell you, like, I've had a couple of businesses and we're pretty active on social and stuff like that. And if you're starting to get busy on social media, your head's going to spin because if you're a small mom and pop operation, you don't even know where these things are coming in from. You're getting DMs from Instagram on your personal. Oh, this one's going to my business. Oh, Facebook's going to my personal. This one's going to my business. You're getting WhatsApp. It's coming at all angles. Website. So at the end of the day, that conversational AI is going to take the slack and take the burden. So same thing, they're going to respond to those, which I guarantee you right now, most businesses are not responding to them in a timely manner. And if you look at that, depending on the stat that you read, every minute, 7 minutes, the person's going to go to the next guy. So if you're not getting back with them in 7 minutes, and I do it, you're calling for an AC company. I'm in Florida. The AC is broken. It's hot. I'm gonna call. I'm gonna get a voicemail. I'm not even messing around. I'm not waiting 7 minutes. I'm calling the next guy. And guess what? The first one that answers, thank God you answered. All right, you got it. You got the job. Even if they're more money, because my time is worth money too. I don't want to be jerking around. Oh, wait for this guy and that whole situation.
It has its own, look, it built this whole page.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Oh, I thought I heard somebody else.
Yeah, I just muted him right now.
Okay, sorry for any other questions?
Yeah, if you have a voice AI and a conversation AI, how do you make sure they're prompted the same? It seems to me maybe I'm completely wrong on this, but they're completely different entities.
No,
Do you know what I mean? So if you got a call on, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So if they called your voice AI and then they sent you a text, would the custom value prompt them? Would it be the same? Would the conversation AI and the voice AI be prompted the same? I guess is how do you connect
pretty
them?
Similar. They're pretty similar. Basically, on the voice side, that's what's happening. You're taking a text-based prompt and converting it to voice, but it's pretty similar. Obviously, when I do a voice agent, just so you know, I do around 50 calls, and some of them I do 100 before I even let it hit the street. Granted, some of those calls only last 5 seconds, but I'm gonna work it a little at a time. I don't listen to the whole call and then try to fix everything and listen to another whole call. I'm gonna go to the problem child, fix it, and then recall. And then how I test mine at the end of it all is I have the prompt up on my screen. I get the voice agent on the call, and I just don't even worry about what the voice agent is saying. I'm just asking it all the questions like, what phone, how do I get a hold of you? What's your phone number? What's your email? What's your website address? What's this? What's this? Just everything rapid fire. And don't even worry about the prompt. I just test, that's my final test before it leaves. But keep in mind, I also caution the client that I'm talking to it one way, and then all of a sudden you release it to the general public and you have 10,000 people hitting it every single different way. There may be some hiccups. And that's why you're doing optimization and monitoring definitely closely for a couple of months for sure. And if they have problems that you need to address.
A couple months ago, the guy released the self-coaching AI where it's just a custom value and then it updates the prompt. Are you using anything like that when you finally release it, or?
Yeah, we do. I do dynamic. So I do inbound and outbound for a large law client, and we do that. We dynamically. So basically every call It's learning from the previous call, and then also the tone changes as well, because if you're dealing with personal injury, the clock is ticking. So typically, if you don't sign that client in 14 days, they're going to get another attorney, or that's it. So they're on a tight timeline on the attorney side. So yeah, we do that. So we increase the severity, and we also build on every single call. And that's outbound and inbound. High Level's coming out with outbound, which I'm sure everybody's aware of. I don't think it's going to be what everyone thinks it's going to be. I think everyone's thinking like, oh my God, I'm just going to set this thing and it's going to book people to my calendar. It's really not going to happen. I think from my experience, it's not the greatest performer. There's a place for it, definitely, and you can do well with it. But to say that you're just going to grab a list and you're going to call people is not going to happen. No one here is answering phone calls from somebody they don't know. So you're going to have a lot of people hanging up on it, and you're not. If you get 1% conversion rate, I'd be surprised. So
I think it'll just be for verifying appointments and stuff like that, personally.
what's that?
I think the voice AI or the outbound will just be good for verifying appointments or something like that.
I'll tell you real quick, I've been testing the outbound AI for outbound for High Level. If you look at my YouTube, I have a video of how I did it. And they had some very strict guidelines. So you're only allowed to make 100 calls per day. If you're going to do serious outbound, and for my law clients, I do 500,000 calls a month. So if you're going to do outbound on High Level, 100 calls per day, you better make those calls count. So if you're going to think you're going to do cold, it's not going to happen. It's not even going to equate. It's just not possible. The math doesn't add up. So what do? So you're going to say, listen, I'm going to have a fancy appointment confirmer. I mean, to me, I don't need that. I don't need my AI calling somebody to tell you have an appointment. I can send you a text message. I can do a voicemail drop to do that, and it'll be just as effective and potentially more effective. So what do I think it needs to be? I made $33,000 the first week testing their outbound AI. How did I do it? I went with that. I said, you know what? Let me think. How am I going to use this thing? I'm going to use it to confirm appointments if I'm a dentist or a doctor or something. That's great. But you're not making any money with that. So what I did is I set up an automation. Essentially, they've clamped down a little bit now on the opt-ins. When I first started testing, it was a little bit looser. So I have a client list on my marine company, and basically these people have to get their motors serviced every single year on their yacht. So what I did is I wrote an automation that says, hey, these people are 11 months out from their annual service. I hit them. So in the first few days, I booked 6 services, but each of those services is well over $5,000. So that's a pretty good return. That pays for the AI bill for the year and then some. So that's a great way to do it, honestly. And then don't forget, guys, you guys are building these voice agents, whether you're doing inbound or outbound, it doesn't matter. You train the AI to do upsells. You get these people on the phone. You may only have one shot at it. Don't just sit there and answer and book a phone call. If you're doing HVAC, talk them into a yearly service contract. Same thing with pest control. They know you have ants in your house. Yeah. All right. We're going to come out for free, but we're going to come out and take a look. It'll be free if you sign up for an annual contract. The pest control guy doesn't want to make $40. He wants to make a client that deals with them all year long. So upsell them on the call, just like you would if you're on the phone. The same thing, just like you were if you're going to be doing something online. The AI will do it. And Ryan's got one. What's going on, Ryan? How's it going, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Michael? Hey, appreciate you guys. That's all. This is awesome. I just wanted to, if it's okay, I just wanted to because I experienced that the last couple of days anyway, like with with a client who's an HVAC guy, right? And the voice, literally, I proved him. I did it at like 10 o'clock at night. I was on the phone with him, and I was like, we were sending the messages, and he's like, but it's the voice AI, man. It's got to be the voice AI. I said, let me show you something. I literally pulled my cell phone out. I called his customer myself 3 times from my cell phone. They didn't answer the phone one time on an outbound call, but then literally within 30 seconds, they messaged me back. You know what I mean? And then just to throw out, I actually sold a bundle today, and I did it because basically, if you're dealing with home service contracts, these people are paying ridiculous money. Like my one client pays Service Titan for his field service management. He pays over $12,000 a month for their services. Ooh, and then they're also adding in Podium and Pulse M and all this other stuff, and it's bringing it up to 15,000. So it's like when you find those people, Yeah,
Yeah.
when you find those people, it's boom.
Yeah, and a lot of this you're selling about basically, I don't even talk about high level. I just the high level is on the house. At that point, you're selling them an account they may never even log into.
I just want to thank you because
Yeah, no worries.
we talked that one time about the bundle, and I just
I'm
ran with
telling you,
that.
I
I
know.
rolled with
Like
it.
I don't know if there's a couple other guys on this call, but had these coaching calls on the phone with these guys, and one gentleman, he sold 3 or 4 bundles the very next day. He didn't even know how to build them. I had to help him build them over the weekend. But that's the only, to me, that's the path of success right there.
Any other questions? I'm gonna wrap it up in the next
We went a little over, so
We tried for an hour. Then we said we'll stretch it to 15 minutes extra. We stretched even beyond that. We
it
never hit
always
the.
happens though. For every time you said it was gonna be an hour, and I was like,
Oh, no, I didn't say
okay,
it's gonna be
an
an hour. I'm
hour
gonna say
and
we're gonna
15.
try for an hour. We're gonna
Yeah,
try for an hour.
you're welcome, John. You're welcome, guys. Yeah, but
So just for those who
yeah.
missed the beginning part, as we are, I guess, housekeeping, this is something we're gonna have on a bi-weekly cadence to the community now going forward. One second, let me just mute people.
Yeah, we're gonna have a replay. We talked about Fur and I talked about that before.
Yeah, so what we're gonna have to do, just for those who don't realize, Michael, at the beginning of the demo, you showed phone numbers.
Yeah, but it's fine. They're not real
No,
phone
no,
numbers.
no. It's
I
fine for
know on
you.
the YouTube, I'm gonna have to edit that
YouTube,
out.
last video I did, YouTube took it down because they said I'm in violation of community services because of
Yeah.
cyber bullying. That's the term they use, like seriously.
So we could edit that. We'll blur it
So,
out. That's fine.
exactly. We're gonna have to edit that portion out. Then I'll publish it onto our YouTube channel after and share the link to everyone. Yeah, that's why anytime we do any live demos and you share the CRM and there's first name, last name, phone number, or email, it can like in the email demo that we did 2 weeks ago, the email coaching call, that whole session was like showing contact details. I'm like, there's no way I can edit everything out. That's why I downloaded, just shared it in the Facebook group. I could not put it onto YouTube, and it was so large I couldn't even upload it onto high level. I'm like, forget it. Let me just share in the Facebook community. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna edit the video, then we'll publish it in on the YouTube channels, on Mike's and my channel as well. We're going to be doing this every 2 weeks to the public. For those who are joining or interested in the school community, can reach out to us directly. We'll talk more about it. We haven't even talked at all in detail what we have in there because we're really ramping it up, and everything we're doing is going to have an AI angle to it. So all our snapshots are going to be AI-ified or powered by AI. So everything we're doing is upgrading everything with AI. So we're going through everything with a fine-tooth comb right now. It's taking a lot of time and effort to go through everything, and we're compiling all together, but that'll be a conversation for another time. So those who are interested, feel free to reach out with the school community. It's going to be very coaching heavy and a lot of resource on the side. We have the AI Unleashed for Entrepreneurs Facebook group we shared in the group as well.
It's
And
just one price on the Clay, one price on the school community, and then for just somebody has their hand up as well.
yeah, Clay, have any more questions? DM me directly or DM Michael directly. And what else do we want to cover? Yeah, so next week we're going to be doing the training for how we made that speaker teaser reel using AI. So Jason, he's from our team. He'll be doing a behind the scenes look at which tools he used, why he had to use this tool for one thing, another tool for another thing, and how he put it all together. Similar to how Michael showed us how he used Canva, then he used high level, then he used Descript to piece it together. This is the same thing with AI. You can't just go and prompt one thing, get your magic solution. That does not exist. So what we're going to show you is you're going to have to piece a few things together. Then you put it all together as a whole, and then you can have a beautiful production that we did. And there's reasons, Charles, why we chose school versus high level because of the notifications. When let them fix the notifications as a whole, then we'll do that.
I know. I had to throw it out there though.
I know. I
Sean
got
has
that. You're not
a
the first one.
question.
The 10th one that told me that. Why school? I'm like, we debated doing it. But look, we just want notifications until they solve that problem. We can't. It doesn't make sense for us.
Hey, first, Sean's got a question. His hand's up.
Hey, real quick question is that I saw a demo with a customer basically calling an AI and they give it some information and then that AI can run them through like a demo on their business. Is it better to do that or is it better to just have AI that people can just play and listen to? a conversation.
Personal choice. I have a few of those. I have different levels of those self-selling demos. I got one that's really basic, that's pretty decent. Then I have one that's a little more advanced. I will tell you this, I will caution you, like if you're gonna, I can give you a prompt for that. I don't have a problem with that. But the thing is, if you toy around with it, you're flirting with disaster because it has to
Okay.
be just because it may try to book during the actual fake demo and then you're trying to book after the demo. It's just really a little tricky. So if you want to just do it as is, that's fine. But
Okay, that makes sense.
I personally, I just honestly, I like just having the demos just to post, and I do pretty well. And then I always have a phone number, a demo phone number on my phone, and that suffices. That's enough.
Okay, I'll
If
keep
we're
it
going to talk
simple.
about demos, and I don't want to keep going, but don't, these people that do demos without being babysat, you're asking for problems too, because all they're doing is trying to trick the AI and trip it up and play around with it. It's not a
Okay.
true demo at that point, you
Okay.
know?
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
I've listened
Appreciate
to
it.
these calls. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've never enjoyed those self-selling demos per se. It just feels like it drags out.
Yeah, it's so long.
I want to just listen to a demo of a real call. I'm like, good, that's great. I don't need to fake act what the demo is. And I've seen so it goes wrong on those appointment booking. Yeah, let's book an appointment. Then it goes off on a tangent. It's just annoying. Our main goal is show you a cool demo. You get wowed by it, then you sign up. You don't need a lot of people don't want to waste their time going through a demo. But that's just my personal experience as well.
Yeah, if you could sell it with even no demo, how about that? I would just do that. That would be my preference. Sell it without a demo. And then if they want to listen to a demo, if they ask, then no problem. You have one on your phone ready to roll.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up here. So just to recap, we're gonna have another webinar next week about the behind the scenes how we made the video teaser reel. That'll be Wednesday, same time. We're gonna post about it.